Yo, what's going on, YouTube? It's really your Will back again with another video. Um, it's crazy. That's uh Macaulay Clock, whatever his name is. I just turned the TV on. This channel was on, but yeah, that's Kevin from Home Alone. Um, man, man, it's Christmas Eve, so Merry Christmas Eve to you. uh, I don't know. I literally have nothing to say today. Basically, the same thing every day. So, yeah, there's that. But I run down to my day just to fill the time, man. I just literally chilled today. Played with the kids. We ate a lot of different stuff today, for real. And then we were just chilling. I just took them to the house. You know. So she did ask me earlier, my oldest asked me earlier if I recorded a video already. She thought I did. She's like, you did already without me? I'm like, nah. But, oh, the barrel rolls. When I recorded last night, I had just got done getting them twisted. So, yeah, I said y'all was gonna see the barrel rolls today, so here they go. I did not cut the back. Okay, look at the back of my head. Right? Take that in and pay attention to the sides of my head. I cut the sides, right? I did my side tapers, but the back taper I didn't do. And I can't wait to record, or to look back at the recording and see the difference. Now, mine not perfect because the mirror, I think I mentioned this yesterday, the mirror I did it in, it's just a flat mirror. Like, you feel me? The mirror is just flat. So, I really couldn't see. I had to literally be like this. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm looking at the corner of my eye the whole time. So, it's not perfect, but it's definitely good. Like I could tell I can get that line out a little more. But the back, my baby mama did it actually, and she didn't do it the way I did it. It was like, you know, I'm not really tripping on it. His hair grows back, and she didn't completely butcher me, but she actually, like I said, also completed her 15 hours, 1,500 hours. You know, only thing she just didn't take the test. This was almost 8 years ago. So, you know, and I don't think I really had to explain this to nobody except one person, that when we was like going strong, basically when we first met, it was in 2015. That's when I really started picking up clippers. That's when I first really picked up some clippers. So, my little brother, he was the first person I ever cut, even before mine, I think. So, my mama made him sit down and let me cut his hair. And like, I really fell in love with it right there. To be honest with you, I just knew I wasn't good, but, you know, it's like as time went on, bro, I just always found myself trying to cut hair, cause she was cutting hair. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, before I even get to that point. So boom, I was cutting my little brother hair and my hair in 2015. Then 2015, I meet her. So by 2016, you know, she do hair. She braid, put in weave, make wigs, all that. She's like decent. She good. So I'm like, man, it's a school walking distance, because we walking distance from each other. We a 5-minute walk from each other, living wise. And then the school really like 3 minutes for me. It's like a 5-minute walk for her. But anyway, it's like, I was like, man, I like cutting her. You like doing her. You know, I'm like, you might as well go to this school with me. I'm finna sign up for this school. Turns out we was too young. We had to be, I think, 16 or no. We had got to be at least 18 with a high school diploma or some, or GED. But the school we went to, Proviso West, they offered it through like a extra curriculum type thing. I personally knew I couldn't get through that. Moral of the story, I told her like, let's both go there. You go there to do the cosmetology. I go to do the barbering. Okay, she went to the school, ended up signing up for cosmetology, but they didn't have room there. Like all the spaces was took up for cosmetology, so they just put her in barber school, which she didn't want to do. You know what I'm saying? So she didn't want to do that, and she don't never really, unless it's me, really, honestly, she don't speak up unless it's me. So she's let them walk over her. Moral of the story is, yeah, I think I only had to explain that to one person, like, cause he was like, "Oh, you only went cause she went." No, nigga, she went cause I told her to go to cosmetology and they put her in barber school. But yeah, so yeah, 2015 I started cutting her. She ended up graduating with her hours, but she never wanted to take the test. So it's like, you know, I'm like, shit, she did all the hours. I can cut your hair, but she went through the schooling. So like my family, even my little brother, you know, I'm like, y'all go ahead and go to her. I ain't tripping. But anytime I wanted to, they still let me, you know what I'm saying, be the one to cut their hair. So I would use her clippers instead of her cutting their hair. I'll cut their hair. So, you know, I was cutting their hair, and I just like, every time I cut some hair, I want to do it more and more and more and more. But at first, I'm like, man, this is not what I want to do. What do I want to do? I wanted to do truck driving. I wanted to do that. Still kind of do, but I really just want to own my own trucking company. More on that later. But, you know, it's a lot of things that I still want to do. But barbering, just like, cutting hair was just like, yeah, I want to do this. You know what I'm saying? So last year, yeah, it's 24. So 23, I was contemplating it, right? I'm like, man, because I was sleeping in my car. You know, I was working, but I'm like, bro, I want to do something that I could do, make money, and, you know, and record, because I want to do YouTube. So I'm like, man, I want to cut hair. And there's a lot of people on her cutting hair, you know, getting paid, you know what I'm saying, giving out free haircuts, woo-woo. So I'm like, boom. I started researching schools. I come across, first school, of course, I signed up for was the school I initially was going to go to was Erskine Rivas. So I signed up for them, called them a few times. I never got an answer. I never got a call back. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay. So I started researching other schools. I come across one school called Pivot Point. I was just signing up for different schools so they can call me, and, you know, do the recruiting thing. Brianna called me from Pivot Point. She like, okay, you know, tell me about the school. Schedule me for a tour of the school. I get there. We tour the school. It's nice. You know what I'm saying? It's nice. I like Pivot Point. I never actually attended. Let me continue though. So we finally get in the office, sit down, talk about financial aid. You know how I'm gonna pay for it. Financial aid. When I wanted to start, and then she showed me pictures of the school I actually went to, which is Wall Barber Academy. I ended up going there because, okay, so boom, here you go. Pivot Point is primarily cosmetology. For Pivot Point, barbering is new, basically. They only been doing it for some, like, I want to say 3 years, 4 years, and that could be long. You know what I'm saying? So they ended up partnering with the company Wall and Pivot Point. You know, they ended up partnering with Wall, the company, the Clipper company, to make not Pivot Point, but Wall Barber Academy. And I was the first one to sign up, the first one to enroll, and the first one to actually be there. You know, I was the first student there. So because they were primarily cosmetology, they did cosmetology in the morning, and they did barbering at night. He go to a point where I was like, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna wait. Which it was only like a week, maybe 2 weeks that I waited. So I'm like, okay, cool. I could better prepare even more. So, she told me that I could start there and transfer, or I could just go fresh into Wall. Like I say, preparation. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just go ahead, start fresh at Walls, because too many different people. But anyway, the reason I chose to start fresh at Walls because they only had night class for barbering, and it was part-time. I was gonna be there from 4:30. No, I think it's like 6 to 10. Nah, man, people that started a year plus ago just graduated after me at Wall, because they transferred all the barbers from Pivot Point to Wall. So a lot of people, like really everybody that started like 2 years ago graduated after me. So that's why I was like, yeah, nah, I'm gonna go ahead and go to Wall. I'm gonna wait for Wall to open up. So I actually was the first one there for, I want to say, a month. No, I'm lying, because when I first started, it was another person that started with me. But, I was the first one to enroll. So, but I also was the first one to keep going. Because the dude that started with me, he actually had just got his professional boxing contracts and stuff like that. So his head was there in boxing. And I was thinking too, I never said it, but I'm like, bro, boxing is, you know what I'm saying? It's something else I want to do. But I didn't want him to think like, oh, you just trying to, you know what I'm saying? So I keep stuff like that to myself. But genuinely, boxing is something else I want to do. I'm air boxing all the time. So, he ended up putting all his focus into boxing, which I totally understand. That was his second time going to barber school, his second time not finishing. Just wasn't his time to be at barber school. But he doing good boxing, I still follow him on Instagram, he followed me. So, but yeah, man, it's like, this is really what I want to do. I can't stress it enough, bro. I really can't stress it enough. I actually was just in the lobby waiting for somebody to walk past just to see if I can cut their hair. But I realized it's 9:30. It was about 9:30. So I'm like, I'm not gonna try to have nobody come to my room right now. They go, man, what you on? Jeffrey Dahmer, you already got his glasses on. That's what I be thinking, because I got to get people to come to the room, the chair, I got everything, but, it's just, I'll be weirded out too, but at the end of the day, I ain't going to do nothing to nobody but give them a fresh cut. Yeah, it is what it is, man. I'm actually kind of tired, like I said. I get tired around 9:30. 9:30, 10 o'clock, I'll be ready to hit the bed. But, yeah, man. That's my list for tonight. I'm going to actually end the video because I don't want to just keep talking about really nothing. Yeah, man. So, happy Christmas Eve, Merry Christmas Eve to y'all. Hope y'all had a good day. Wasn't too stressful. Christmas shopping, last minute. keep on keeping on, man. And I'm gonna catch y'all tomorrow.